While recording this video, I have been in volleyball for 15 years, and if I could go back and talk to my students and give them some advice on how to be a good volleyball player much faster, that's what I would say: you should correct your mistakes. These are the top 5 beginners' mistakes I've noticed over the years of working as a coach. Correct them, and your level of the game will fly to the moon. Mistake number 1: playing solo. I'll start with the most common mistake among beginner volleyball players. Something that often irritates experienced teammates. As soon as the ball comes to beginner, they immediately throw it back over to the net to the opposing team. Players hate it. When you're in the great position, ready for a proper set and spike, but the beginner just gives the ball away, leaving the opponents with an easy opportunity to defend and score against you. Remember, you play volleyball, not a tennis. Volleyball is a team sport. It's all about how well your team can work together, at the same time minimizing errors. Each player is a part of a large mechanism, and your team's success depends on how cohesively all the parts work together. Stop being selfish. That's the first step to improve your game. Mistake number 2: no knowledge about your role. The second mistake is closely tied to the first one. Remember what I said about the mechanism? Every player has specific responsibilities and the role they play on the court. If one of the players doesn't do his job well because he simply doesn't know what to do, then the whole mechanism will stop functioning normally. It's crucial to understand at least the basics of what's expected from you. Here are the key elements you need to know in the game: pick, spike, serve, block, set, and cover. If you're playing on the front row, your responsibilities will be different than if you're on the back row. Want to learn more about the different positions in volleyball and how to choose the best one for yourself? Like this video, and I'll cover it in the future. Also, leave a comment with any questions about volleyball you'd like me to answer. Mistake number 3: no knowledge about formation. In classic volleyball, there are 6 players on the court at the same time. If everyone is positioned correctly, each player can reach the ball that falls in their zone. But this doesn't apply to beginners. Beginners often stand in the arrangement that only makes sense to them, moving chaotically and unaware of their roles. Most of the time, beginners crowd closer to the net because everyone wants to spike, leaving the back row completely empty. Since playing defense doesn't seem as exciting, this often leads to players bumping in each other when someone unknowingly moving in another zone. That's why it's so important to know where each player should stand and understand the responsibilities of each zone. There are 6 zones of the court, 3 on the front row and 3 on the back row. Players need to stay within their zones and avoid interfering with teammates. However, sometimes in different situations there are exceptions, most often due to the poor defensive play. Mistake number 4: just smash it, no matter what. Unfortunately, this mistake isn't exclusive to beginners. It's also common among more advanced players. Beginners often think they need to hit the ball as hard as possible in every situation. Whether it gets blocked or flies out of the court doesn't matter. Strong and wrong. This mindset doesn't apply just for spikes. It's better to confidently serve the ball into the court than to slam it into the wall. Remember this: the goal of volleyball is to score points by any method, and that doesn't always require a powerful spike. Opponent's side can be more effective. Often just safely sending the ball over the opponent's side is enough to win the point. Mistake number 5: lack of proper technique. This point is not just a mistake, but a whole problem that unfortunately cannot be fixed quickly. This problem will not allow you to play above the average level. You will never become high-level players without proper technique. The position of your body, the position of your hands, the movement of your legs, and much more will not allow to develop in volleyball, even if you have acquired the knowledge and understanding on what to do in what situation. A volleyball player needs to work more with the wall, work more with the mid ball and the tennis ball. These tools will improve the technique and you will definitely play better than you play now. Proper technique will reduce the numbers of your mistakes, which means it will improve the quality of your volleyball and take you to the next level of the game.